everyone, Cappy here, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. I've spent so much time doing this, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna hit the skip button again and hope that things get answered.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Is he broken?
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Moving on. Dead silence again? Okay, moving on. Ooh, something fucking changed. I see daylight, but I can't get out. Can you set me free, please? I'm about to lose my fucking mind being down in this pit. The fern has returned. Has it? Am I going crazy? I might be losing my goddamn mind. Neat. Moving on. Where the fuck did the fern go? Don't tell me this is the game now. The hell was that? There's no way out of this fucking room, is there? Oh. Oh, thank God, freedom. What the fuck? Okay, I'm in a giant ass desert now? Just jack all going on? The music, although deafening, is entertaining. I don't want to say entertaining. It's a nice tone setter. Where am I supposed to be going anyway? It's a building in the distance. What? Oh, we're back here? Okay, now let me pick a path that's not crazy.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, let's play by your rules. Why is it every time I want to listen to what the fuck he's doing and actually enjoy his story, something new pops up that just tells me, nope, we gotta fuck with him. Consequences be damned.
Good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Do you? It's taking a bit longer to load than usual. Okay, we're back here.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be.
I wouldn't call it disappointing, man.
The Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
How much I'd love to have somebody with that creative opinion. I mean, honestly, I'm stopping you for a second because I can't. But yeah, I so much want creators to, and this is actually shining through pretty fucking strong nowadays. Instead of getting the same shit over and over and over, just with a slightly different coat of paint, I want to see something creative and new.
Asking for.
I want to see some passion actually in the fucking work. Instead of some...
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term...
It just screams sequel.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Such as... What the fuck am I looking at? Trophies? What? Whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
No, I want them to be actually worth something. Sir? Is it just...
It really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Is he just poking fun at other game mechanics?
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh my god. This is hilarious. It's just making fun of all the mechanics.
Here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay, fine. I was hoping I could piss you off some more. What the fuck? It's like you're so pissed off that the game got bad reviews that...
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Are you that mad the game got some bad reviews that you're being a smarmy little bitch? Really? I'm about to just go in the infinite hole. The bucket? Why is that important? I don't know about that one. This is merch, apparently. Let's go see the bucket. I want to go see the bucket. I don't know what the bucket is.
One complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and heart. It's true.
That hits too close to fucking home now. You got all these people that are so goddamn sensitive. They need to spread the sharing stick or whatever the fuck they talk about now. This is fucking stupid.
Cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Okay.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I've got the bucket. I've got the bucket. I've got a lovely little bucket.
Award for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay. Infinite hole. Let's see how crazy this gets. Ooh, another door. Somewhere I'm not supposed to be.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I mean, for an office setting, this one, although smarmy makes sense, this one... What 12-year-old's working in an office?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
I'm gonna watch you burn in hell, you little fucker. You literally did that just to tell me to piss off. Okay. We're back to... I thought I was being nice for a second.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
I thought we were getting along. I thought we were doing fine. No, I'm gonna be a smart little bastard and do everything you tell me not to do. Do you want to be a douche? I'm going to be a bigger douche.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Is it actually endless?
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna enjoy this long-ass fall to tell you to go fuck off.
I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No, fuck you. I do what I want. I'm gonna do exactly what I want, and I don't give a shit what you say.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to
I'm just fascinated by telling you to go fuck yourself.
The hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works...
No, we can market this shit.
Press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
What happens if I sit here? What happens if I'm being a defiant little shit? Or is he actually going to wait on me? I have never wanted to tell a narrator to fuck off so much just for the sake of being an ass. Oh, this is too much fucking fun.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
There's more. I've already got the bucket. What else could there be? Okay, those are actually lights. So what else is there here for me to check out anyway? I've already seen you.
I'm in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these...
Sorry, didn't realize I ended the recording.
See whether
Whoops.
or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
That just looks like a mess. Not gonna lie, it looks like a mess.
Potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is
Okay.
much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Why is there more holes?
Kidding, Stanley. This isn't a coherent video
You
game
just
at all.
doubled
It's
everything.
gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are on their own, they would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Isn't that what this was all about anyway?
With respect, with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley
I love how he
Parable.
bitched about what it was and then just came right back around to what the hell it was.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. I love self-aware games.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have...
Okay. I'm gonna follow the rules.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I'm just...
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
What bucket? Okay, now you're just fucking with me. I just want to I want to do the one thing I should have done at the very beginning.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Hi, I've got the bucket. Now what?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna play by your rules now.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Wait a minute, I followed the rules before I went to his fucking office. Is that it? Are you just doing the same story with the bucket?
To a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. Is this just the game with the bucket?
Office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours,
Oh, I thought I just
the
guessed
bucket's
it.
warmth and guiding light pierced the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
Is this just about the fucking bucket now?
The tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
Oh, I noticed.
In his bliss of simply being near the bucket, did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845? Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, you old fuck.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Why?
Try that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. I'll admit, not that bad of a touch. What
The
did...
elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Okay. I want to play by your
Stanley
rules
and the
now.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'll play by your rules. Unless you give me another option.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Huh.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
there any buttons over here for me to hit?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Okay.
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
One's fired. Is that me? Is that my number? Am I fired?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the...
I don't know why this makes me want to play We Happy Few.
His own life in someone else's...
Just a little bit.
Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
You're giving me an option. You realize that. You know what happens every time you give me an option. You tell me that you really want me to turn this shit off, but I really want to hit the...
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
No, this was all me.
His plan all along, to take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
There's just more birds! Why?
Flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intention.
Why?
Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery.
Okay, we're done here.
Never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
I can't leave, can I?
All the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Is that it? Am I just fucking stuck here now? Nope, game reset. I think that's all the available paths I've taken, or I can take. I did like this game. I really did. It was fucking amazing. Cool. I do want to see more games like this. Honestly, this makes me want to play not a game, just because I'm curious now. But thank you everyone for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. As always, this is Cappy saying...